Drake is 40? Yo! You met Drake and you had to ask Drake one thing. What are you going to ask Drake? Was that really your meat on that leak? Now look, it's kind of a crazy question, but that's something I really just have to know. Did y'all like that album? I ain't listened to it yet. What? I don't know what it's called, but I'm going to...
Their long-anticipated album, Some Sexy Songs For You. I remember when this was first announced, and the world kind of went crazy. And by the world, I mean like 3% of niggas that actually listen to R&B music, and the rest being Drake fans. And that's no slight because I've always liked when Drake tries R&B. But looking back on it and having heard this album and his attempts at holding a note, realized that maybe I've been too lenient when he's tried to sing.
Can Drake not sing? I swear, I like Drake R&B songs, bro. Like he had some on Certified Lover Boy.
In the past, I've always looked at Drake as an artist that sings well enough to carry.
Yo, this picture is really making me uncomfortable. Like he's like literally just staring into my soul.
The moments where he chooses not to rap. But I've never really considered his singing as a standalone skill because it's never something that I felt he's had to rely on for a complete body of work. And I think that's the benefit of having a
19 March, so late high school. I'm kind of confused, but I get what you're saying.
Realm or world that you've created where you essentially can do whatever you want with no expectation. And I had that same realization at some point when I was listening to Kanye's music when I was a kid. This dude might not be a great singer as a standalone skill, but his music, accompanied with the way that he approaches these tracks vocally, he's a visionary. Like, he knows what he's doing. He knows when to sing. He knows when to rap. He knows in what pocket to sing in. He knows how to make...
Yo, Kanye's really my goat. Yeah, I gotta go sleep, bro. All right, bro. Good night, bro. Have a good rest, bro. Have a good rest, bro. Squeeze. Oh, Squeeze just joined my Discord. Good night. Good luck, King. Appreciate you. Yo, Squeeze, off to the text. Who's Squeeze? Where did Squeeze come from? Squeeze, are you in this bit? Let me text him. I'm gonna start. Oh, you're Squeeze. Okay, bet. I should low-key be in my Discord more. Are they still in here? Yeah, I'm gonna start typing in this bit just randomly. Yo, you been streaming later? Not on purpose. Like I literally just woke up and just started streaming. I'm trying to I usually want to stream at like 3 o'clock, 3 to 4. That's when I start my stream. But I literally just woke up. I took a nap. It was only supposed to be an hour. Yeah, I just ended up fucking
good music. I've always felt that way about Kanye up until a certain point, obviously. So when I heard Nokia off of this Drake album, I'm like, damn.
You got a face tattoo? Okay, I'm missing the plot.
Cuz I didn't even know you had that bag. How often is it that you get the type of Drake that we get on Nokia? How many times do you think...
Is Nokia that good? I didn't even listen to it, bro.
Drake is honestly... tapped into that bag, and the track wasn't solely carried by a sample pretending to be Mr. Nice.
I'm gonna have to watch this bit in 2x. Let me know. I'm gonna have to watch this bit in 2x though. I'm keep it stay. Like, alright.
Guy and care about women in the background. How often do we get a Drake like the Drake off Nokia? Almost never. If you hear that as a standalone record or even as a single leading into Some Sexy Songs For You, you'll probably think that this is a completely different Drake. A reformed, brand new, fresh, bright-eyed, energetic artist who's focused on making some of the most fun music he's ever made in his career. Right, so you hear Nokia and then you hear the rest of the album and it's like, what the fuck is this? Don't get me wrong. There are moments on Some Sexy Songs For You where Drake tries to tap into that old R&B spirit that I mentioned earlier. But again,
I like this 2x speed. Like I'm able to capture the information better.
To this record with the new information that I have about Drake. The information where I'm like, can he really sing? Or is this Drake trying to auto-tune his way to a note and masquerade it as an R&B record? And I gotta pretend that these attempts at R&B aren't really just horny nigga music, the type of music that you're playing in the background when you're trying to decide which girl that you're gonna text, come fuck me at 2 a.m. to? And I have to say that because this music exists in that same 2015, 2016 era Bryson Tiller effect, where the person on the track doesn't necessarily have to sing well to deliver the vibe that's supposed to be background to you having intimate moments with your lover. And I feel like music like this that gets away with it too often, too frequently, gets overpraised. These are important things for me to mention because it will help explain this gross overuse of autotune that Drake seems to be drowning in throughout this entire album. And when I was listening to this on stream, I knew that there was an issue, but couldn't fully articulate or put into words what it was until I listened to it again. When Drake needs a singer, he gets a singer, but he's singing on the album. But he's not. The vocalist on Pimma's Dilemma, I forget her name, I don't even know if that's the actual name, but the Dilemma track, she sounds great or pretty good, but that's the pinnacle.
You know, I want to do a tier list of R&B singers. Spike, let me see. Bro, yes, I remember you. Why do you keep asking me that? I'll answer your question if you just tell me why you keep asking me this. Just tell me why.
Of the singing on the album, that singing doesn't come from Drake. It certainly doesn't come from partnextdoor, who we'll fucking get to, by the way. I haven't forgotten about him. You mean to tell me as a Drake fan, you waited?
I just like trolling. Nah, I like trolling too. But here's the thing. Here's the thing with your trolling. You will literally say it, I'll answer it, I'll ask why, and you'll disappear. It's not even trolling. You're not even trolling me at that point. You're just I don't even know what you call that.
For a partnextdoor and Drake collab album, just for the best singing on the record to come from an artist you've never heard of. And so I'm not mad that the album wasn't.
Wait, who's singing on Nokia? I need to listen to this album, bro. I think it's too late to react to it. Oh my gosh, bro.
What I would have wanted an R&B album to sound like, given that my expectations going into this had already been Drake and Party don't really make like what I view to be traditional R&B music in the first place. So I'm probably only
Who's the best R&B artist? Who's your favorite R&B
gonna
artist?
get a few records out of this and call it a day.
Probably like, what's her name? She has so many hits. Lauryn Hill. I've been listening to Drake by myself for so long. Drake not really like, it's Drake, but it's not really Drake no more. Like, it's not Drake. It's Drake, but it's not Drake. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I feel like, when was Prime Drake? When was Prime Drake, bro? And I'm not gonna like, Kanye always been better to me. Like, I don't know, Kanye just hit different. Like, Kanye, like, bro.
Like I normally would any other
so
R&B endeavor from a lot of the mainstream acts that come out nowadays that rap and sing, quote unquote. The issue for me this time around was how much of a national holiday.
2016 for sure. That's what I'm thinking, bro. Is that when God's Plan dropped? When did that drop? Is that Hotline Bling? Yo, I can't remember. Please don't come for me.
This Sexy Songs for You album was made out to be.
But I've never really heard a bad Drake song.
At this point, it feels like some of the R&B music that comes from Drake and Party doesn't require enough effort to be looked at as anything more than a firmware update.
Have you ever heard a bad Drake song, bro? I don't think there is one, bro.
And you know that you need to update it, I guess, to stay current, but you don't really know what it does or what it fixes or changes because it's so minuscule most of the time. I guess, though, the benefit of a firmware update is if you don't get it, then something eventually breaks down. The world of R&B is fine without this Drake record. In fact, it's better without it. I saw this tweet and immediately bust out laughing. I was damn near in tears. I'm not gonna lie.
It's the Drake album strictly for guys who get hoes. So if this says anything, if guys say anything now or feeling this, they just know they're bitches. They're bitchless. That's not a crazy take. I don't think it was. I mean, it's partnextdoor and Drake. Like, I don't think it's really supposed to be like an album you just listen to and judge it and critique it like this. Like, I think it's just one of those albums you just like that BS. The worst Drake album is honestly Nevermind, bro. It probably wasn't even that bad, but I think that's just the worst one he has.
Why? But after I wiped my eyes, I saw a take from partnextdoor not long after, kind of reiterating that.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, this is crazy. Cause, look, he's probably like 30-something. saying this, bro, I don't think you can say that. Like, you get to that once you hit 30, bro. You gotta start watching what you say. Niggas is gonna clown you.
Same talking point. Party Next Door, a guy who looks like a combination of Sada Baby and DJ Academics, telling me to get some bitches. If for some reason I find myself fucking to some sexy songs for you, and my dick actually manages to stay hard through the bar of Drake admitting that he talks to girls young enough to be kicked out by their mothers, just to get to Party Next Door cosplaying as either Young Thug or Future, I'll consider myself an utter failure. Now, to be fair to Party Next Door, he didn't actually post this, and I didn't know until just now. But I'm going to keep it in the video anyway, because I feel like the revelation that Party Next Door looks like a combination of Sada Baby and DJ Academics needs to be acknowledged. I think the best, funniest, and most entertaining parts of this album are when Drake and Party Next Door aren't trying to make songs to fuck to, because when it seems as if they're attempting to do so, holy shit, is this album boring. And you know exactly which portion of the album I'm talking about. That Meet Your Padre Nokia into Die Trying bit is the funniest shit I've heard from Drake in years. Aside from that, oh, if I did it, wouldn't I be in prison bar that he had on the Hard Part 6? That was actually the funniest thing I think I ever heard.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna let that, Yo, I'm so glad that Kendrick won that beef. I'm not glad, but I'm glad. I just wanted to see. I'm not a Drake hater, but I just needed to see something. Like, I need to see Drake lose. I just need to see that. Yo, I don't think there'll ever be another rap beef like that, bro. That jump really had me in tune. Like, I was so parasocial. Oh my gosh. Like, oh my gosh.
Feature Padre has Drake stealing from some of the most popular genres and cultures that he can get his hands on to make his best Bad Bunny impression, maybe, I guess. That being said, the song isn't uninteresting. It's not even bad to me. It's just really funny. It's a guilty pleasure song of mine, and I understand if people don't like it, but it's not going to stop me from playing it. Don't get me wrong. I don't think that Drake's proven that he can make Latin music any better than this, but it gives off this husband trying to woo his wife, but he's got a beer gut and is severely balding. It's like trying to be sexy with no sex appeal, like dangerously unattractive dancing in the middle of the street. It's entertaining as shit. I don't know why. It's a weird balance, but he hits it perfectly on this track. I don't know why. Then Nokia with these baby girl refrains.
Nah, Drake low-key a good looking dude. Like the braids, the beard. Should I grow a beard? Should I keep the little goatee? I can't grow a beard if I
we transition from part one into part two. Super fun, like Southern, like Atlanta rooted track. And yeah, I know it doesn't go against the narrative that he runs to Atlanta to get his lingo up. But we don't gotta do this all the time. Just chill. And Drake manages to turn himself into every worry that Mos Def had when he was talking about how Drake is background music to every major corporation that you can think of on the track Die Trying. Which is hilarious because Drake isn't trying on this track at all. The backdrop for a track like this is meant for somebody to sing their heart out, or at least attempt to, but he's just so uninterested in actually singing on an album that is being marketed as...
You think Drake is a billionaire? Is Drake a billionaire? I feel like he's the most known rapper. No, I'm bugging. I feel like he's up there though for sure.
It's him singing.
He been in the game dumb long,
doesn't
bro.
match the tone or energy on this track at all. For the love of God, if you cannot sing, please stop using auto-tune. I don't know why there's even auto-tune on his voice for this track, bro. You still need
Drake. Nah.
To know how to sing. Auto-tune doesn't change you from a bad singer into a better one just because of the effect. Vocally,
damn! Drake is 40? Yo! What? Kendrick is 37? SZA's 35? Yo, what was I thinking? I thought they was all like... I thought SZA was like early 30s. I ain't gonna cap... Yeah, like early 30s, late 20s. I'm not gonna lie. I did not think she was 35. I mean, that is early 30. I mean, that's midway. It's not really early. Kendrick, I did not know Kendrick was 37. Yo, they is getting old. Do they all have families? Because, bro, I know Drake got a kid, but, like, yo, bro, you might have to settle down and get a wife, bro. Like,
This
a
track,
wife.
he still
Like, a
sucks.
wife.
It's like the embodiment of putting on cologne and you haven't showered for 2 days. Wash your ass, Drake. And I know I said Party Next Door and Drake didn't really seem to have much chemistry on this track, but that actually is a recurring theme throughout majority of this album. They rarely even sound like they were in the same space when making this. The strongest moments from Party Next Door and Drake always come at separate moments for both of them on the album, never at the same time, which is something that you would expect and want from something that has been so highly anticipated. Right, there are some good moments, but I feel like,
Yo, this guy's a really good talker. Like, he can talk for a long time and just make sense with everything he says. See, with me, I can talk for a long time. You'll probably understand about a sentence or two of what I said, bro.
a part of me is comparing the good moments to the worst on the album. And by default, obviously, after you spent the first 3 tracks listening to some sexy songs for you, it's like, well, of course, Crying in Chanel is a breath of fresh air by track number 4. Obviously, after you spent so far going in through the album, of course, Small Town Fame, in comparison to the first 3 tracks, is good music. But it's just this weird thing, and I don't think it's just a Party Next Door and Drake specific thing. I think a lot of artists have this problem where they don't capitalize on the opportunity that working with another artist gives you to create something more than you would create by yourself. All of this, I feel like, is music that Drake could have made by himself on his own. And I've always issued that criticism for most people that have collab records, where I feel like they're not doing anything more together than they would do by themselves. It's not like a together album. It don't feel like a Drake and Party collab. It just feels like Drake got his artist, Drake got Party to come and do some songs, and that was it. Drake has a track and it's by himself, that's the strongest record. When Party has a track and it's by himself, that's the strongest record. When they're together, either one's lagging or one's picking up the pace or picking up the slack for the other person, or the features carrying. Why they can't make great music, amazing music together in the same space at the same time. Why are 6 to 7 of these tracks Drake solos? Some additional tracks here that barely even include Party Next Door on an album where they're supposed to be together. Me talking about Drake the singer is a far better use of my time than me talking about Drake the rapper, who I've given up on in recent months because I cannot take the guy seriously anymore. This is what I mean, and y'all are gonna confirm this if this album doesn't perform well. Drake went the legal route and is accusing his label and Spotify of artificially inflating interest into the record Not Like Us. Kendrick goes on an entire
he really did. That was real? Like, that was a real lawsuit like he did? I ain't gonna lie, that's kind of soft, bro. I'm keeping it a buck. I'm keeping it a buck, bro. I'm gonna keep it a buck, bro. I'm gonna keep it a buck. Bro, that song is just, bro, that song is, it was everywhere, bro. I'm not gonna lie, Drake's crying, bro.
Your victory lap, getting recognition from the
Hey,
Grammys,
said light skins
the
are sassy,
Super
bro.
Bowl,
I'm not gonna lie,
other
like,
mega corporations. In all the years that I've listened to Drake's music, I've never known him, despite being known as the lover boy, to drop music on Valentine's Day. That's been his whole aesthetic, and for whatever reason, this dude always manages to miss the most romantic day of the year. Except for this one, the week after Kendrick Lamar does the Super Bowl halftime show. This is a win-win for Drake via perception from his audience. If he does well, the talk...
Not Like Us and Fiend were too big. No, dead ass, bro. Dead ass. Yo, you could not catch a break from Fiend. Oh my gosh. And Not Like Us, bro. Like, you literally could not catch a break. It's crazy how Fiend is so big. I didn't even like it like that when I first heard it. I'm gonna keep it real. I still don't really like it like that. It's a good song. I can objectively know that and say that, but bro, like, when I heard it on the album, when I listened to Utopia, it was just like, okay, this is a good song, but I didn't think it was gonna be that big, bro. Not Like Us, I actually like Not Like Us. That's a song like I actually liked. I'm like, this song is too catchy, bro. It's stupid catchy.
Talking point will be, see, Drake was...
You don't fuck with Travis? Wow. I don't know, let's just say Travis. You don't fuck with Travis or Drake? Wait, wow. I can't read. Oh, my God. You don't fuck with Travis or Kendrick? Why not? Why not, though? Let me know. Travis, I never really understood I mean, he's a great artist. I can objectively say that everything's objective, but my opinion, bro, I never really was in tune with him like that. I like 90210, that song, some of his older songs. I ain't like Astro World was a great album. I'm not gonna lie, but I was never really like a Travis lover.
Was never canceled. He could never be thwarted. His efforts musically,
I can understand the Kendrick hype,
could never be thwarted by the industry. They can't take him down.
He's a great rapper.
If he undersells or this record doesn't perform,
because that's all I used to listen to when I was younger. Oh, okay, so you kind of like fell out with it. It kind of like gives you that. It's like you used to love eating candy as a kid. When you grow up, candy can disgust you.
Perform well. The new talking point will be, see, they've been suppressing him the whole time and inflating interest in Kendrick. Because how could a Drake record not have massive interest, massive appeal? I say these things in response to things that Drake said on the track Gimme a Hug, where he references people preying on his downfall, a trope that Drake has talked about before he ever got into a rap battle with Kendrick Lamar. And even if his downfall were to occur, if the ball was in someone else's court, the world would basically fall into a disarray. What would you do with my position if you had it? Great talking point, by the way. But it opens up a door for us to look at what happened as a result of Drake being quote-unquote #1. Which was nothing. Everything that was influential, everything that was forward thinking about hip hop and rap music, everything that pushed boundaries within the rap genre never were caused by Drake. He asked the question of what others will do if the ball is in their court while not explaining what he's done with the ball in his own. But the most egregious thing Drake tries to convince his listeners of on this track is directly saying he doesn't give a fuck about this rap beef. I'm trying to get the party lit. Huh?
Nigga, did you? Now, Drake is a little goofy, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Yo, if I ever met Drake, what would I do? What would you do if you met Drake? Yo, if you met Drake and you had to ask Drake one thing, what are you gonna ask Drake? My top 3 questions, bro. Top 3. Do you really like little girls? You have to ask that, bro. I'm sorry, you literally have to. Number 2, was that really your meat on that leak? Now look, it's kind of a crazy question, but that's something I really just have to know. Was it really him? I just have to know. Because if it's really him, I'm doing something wrong. And question number 3, I really don't know. Question number 3, what's the number, Question number 3, can I borrow $100,000? Yeah. You know that I can see you? Nigga, you right there.
What do you mean? That's not what happened.
And, he really never cleared up those pedo allegations, did he? He never cleared them up. Like, all he said was, I'm not a pedophile. But gang, like, say something. Drop a vlog. Drop an Instagram story, an Instagram live. Go get mad on IG live or something. Be like, yo, bro, what is this nigga talking about? That's not cool. Like, say something. Like, he just didn't care. Like, you're supposed to care about that.
This is like when you and your cousins are playing hide
I'll
and seek
never
when
forget
y'all are
Drake is a
kids.
pedo.
So
I'll
whenever
never
that little
forget
nigga
that.
get found, he pretends like he wasn't hiding in the first place. Y'all played Tekken growing up. Oh shit, bro, my controller wasn't even in the whole time. I wasn't even trying for real. You weren't at the party, Drake. You were in the lab cooking up some bullshit. Now when you lose your
heart and hair at 40 is crazy. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Now that you told me Drake is 40, I don't know why it just slipped my mind that he's not like 20 something. That is ridiculous, bro. It makes everything he does a little more like, it makes me think a little more, like a lot more, really. Yo, if you're 40 years old and you crack a 22 year old, is that weird? I feel like that's weird. I know they're well past 18, 22 is the usual graduate college age. But I just feel like that's weird to I don't know. I don't know, bro.
reframing it as
Hey, 40 and 22, gang.
Oh, was I really ever there? Yes, we saw you. Everybody was at the function. You had a problem with something Kendrick said. Told him to walk outside. You threw your hands up and this nigga pulled out a fucking Glock. I don't blame you for running to the law instead of a glove box. He had that shit aimed at your head. When I hear a record like this land on an album that's supposed to have music for you to fuck to, allegedly.
If you're handsome, not really. What you mean? So only if you're handsome? So if a ugly 40-year-old cracks a 22-year-old, that's not weird. It is weird. You're glazing. You're glazing. Who looks good? I like Drake is an attractive dude. So if Drake cracks a 22-year-old girl, that's not crazy. I don't know why I see it like that.
Makes me think of Drake is so dangerously insecure that he can't just sit on one piece of his skill set and let it exist and breathe on its own without also smothering it with another portion of something that it doesn't even need. I don't take Drake the rapper serious. So why is he showing up on an R&B record? I know that this is his thing, but let's not do your thing this time around. Your thing been getting you in trouble. I don't know. All I know is I had a great Valentine's Day. And this wasn't background music to it. I'm struggling to find the sexy in some sexy songs for you. But y'all let me know when you find it.
That was a calm video, though. I actually like that video, though. I'm not keeping it a buck.